So of course I put my video out earlier today talking about TX2, obviously going over like the main talking points I've been going over about him and talking about. The biggest example of him ripping someone's song and like shamelessly using that other band as promotion was the Get Scared example with sarcasm. We've already went over this, we've already seen this, but he put out a response, I guess. So let's take a look. Apparently there's a full interview, but there's also this clip first and foremost to take a look at. So let's see what he's got for us. We gotta be fair, we gotta be honest as always. So let's give him a fair shake.
The most controversial artist of our generation, TX2, answers the top 3 most controversial questions. People say you steal music from Get Scared. Is that true?
I think they're just looking for something to hate. Literally, the singer of Get Scared has reached out, Nick, which is a very, very, very nice guy, super supportive. Said he loved the song, he understands it with writing, so we're thankful for him.
So Nicholas Matthews, lead singer, frontman of Get Scared. This is the talking point he uses as a response that he reached out to him and said that he doesn't care. All right, that's fine. This doesn't change the argument. What is this supposed to change? So like, let's take this for example, because I got a couple comments about this too. Let's take this for example. Let's say, for example, he ripped the entirety of Welcome to the Black Parade. He basically like ripped all of it and tried to pawn it off as his own original song. You wouldn't then respond back by saying, well, don't worry, Gerard Way gave him the go-ahead. Gerard Way isn't offended, so why are you offended? That's not like an argument. That doesn't affect anything here. All of this is just deflecting by saying, this person doesn't care, so why should you care? That doesn't negate the fact that he ripped this part of the song, knew that, and then used it as promotion for his music and to get more streams. The disturbing fact about it is that there's no shame from TX2 about it. He's shameless. In fact, he plays into it and he uses it further to get his numbers up, as we saw in like the ads and promotion he did with sarcasm. But I don't think it's the fact it'll hurt Get Scared. It's just immoral, to be honest. Like, not even denying it. It's just milking the situation. Yeah. No one was making the argument. When I was critiquing this guy, I never made the argument that it'll infringe on Get Scared's market and they're gonna lose money because TX2 ripped off their song and they're like stealing their fans. Like, it was never the argument that Get Scared is gonna lose money because of this. It was the argument on what it means behind it. It's the principle of doing it. It's what it means. It's not whether or not someone's offended or not. All this is deflection that this guy doesn't care, so why should you care? Yeah, like as an artist, you have no shame. Yeah, if a band doesn't want to go after him legally, I still can think it sucks.
So here's a big one. Do you think you're a poser?
I don't know, man. I make the music I make. I don't ever think I've written the hardest rock song of all time. It was all clearly a marketing tactic that worked. We're just gonna keep treading on, selling out shows, standing up for human rights and the LGBT. Nothing.
Damn, how could you hate this guy? So he owned the haters again. It's another example of him responding, just saying it was a marketing tactic. I won, you lost, despite him like constantly posting online about how he hates so much that the hate has got to him. It's really getting to him. He goes into his live shows and he complains about the hates. Very sad stuff. But apparently there's a more in-depth interview that he did. Let's see this.
I think you're awesome. And you obviously have a ton of fans, but like the negativity you get on your like TikTok and Instagram is just like unreal, man. What do you think like produces that?
I think for starters, it's been like a trend for emo bands to be hated on their come up. And actually, one of my producers is named Matt Good.
Okay.
At First to Last, right?
Yeah.
And he always explains to me that when First to Last was on their come up, everybody called them a poser. Everybody hated them. And the same thing with like My Chemical Romance.
This is such bad advice. These are not good friends. These are not good people in your life. If they're telling you that, dude, don't worry, man, the amount of hate you're getting right now, My Chemical Romance had to go through the same thing. You're just like My Chemical Romance. That's just hurting you. It's having yes men around you that just want to big you up and don't want to give you hard critiques, core criticism that can help you improve. It is just so absurd to say that My Chemical Romance and other like alternative rock bands had to go through the exact same thing as TX2 as if it's some kind of rite of passage. Like, no, clearly there's a unique thing about TX2, which is why people dislike him. There's a very unique thing about him that makes him unlikable.
Everybody called them a poser. Everybody hated them. And the same thing with like My Chemical Romance. When My Chemical Romance was on their come up, it wasn't cool to like My Chemical Romance if you actually liked My Chemical Romance back before they had their reunion, right? So it's the same thing. I would assume
it's the same thing. What I'm going through right now is just like Gerard Way. Bro, this is fucking obscene. He thinks he's on the team. Fuck, man. It's just, you gotta get some better friends around you. There's no way you think this.
I would assume a combination of that, a combination of I am like openly like very bisexual and very open about my beliefs on things.
What he means by being open about his beliefs is using it as YouTube Shorts titles. And that comes across as the most disingenuous way to tell your beliefs publicly. It like comes across the most virtue signaling fake shit in the world.
Take off my lingerie, red light through cameras glow.
it's just
course, he's a
I don't know
SoundCloud
what it is
rapper.
about me, but I'm just like a very hateable person, and I guess I just don't make my music for the people that are trying to be cool. I make music for people who feel the same way as me. So
I make music for people like me. Dude, I'm sorry, but
Look at my wrist. Look, Dad.
look at my wrist. Look, Dad.
if I am destined to be hated, I might as well lean in on it and take it.
If I'm destined to be hated, there's no self-reflection. You're not destined to be hated. You're not at all. You've just continuously engaged in actions that make people dislike you.
If I am destined to be hated, I might as well lean in on it and take advantage of what I am. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, because you will
What?
never ever get 100% of everyone to love you, but you can.
See, these people are actually just bad friends. Like, this person is just, you're furthering him into the cycle. This is not helpful. This is actually, this is not helping him. It's making him go deeper into the fucking pit by just like acting as if, yeah, man, you know, you're never gonna get everyone to like you.
Ever since I was a kid, said I would tour the world one day, and I'm gonna chase this dream to the full extent. So I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm gonna just keep doing it, and if people hate
At
me,
what
that's
cost?
probably for the
Embarrassing
best,
yourself?
you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
What?
you don't know if you're making real art if 50% of the people hate you and 50% of the people love you. But if
And this is the problem. Because of the people around him in his life that like feeds these talking points, that feeds him to have these opinions, he like convinces himself this is true. You know you're making real art. Listen to the way he talks about himself. This guy's just got to get like one real person in his life to like tell him how it is.
you're making real art if 50% of the people hate you and 50% of the people love you. But if everybody loves you, is it really art, you know?
I always say,
Dude, put that up in the Aristotle and fucking Socrates quotes. This guy.
But if everybody loves you, is it really art, you know?
the hate is so odd because like it's just like such, it comes from such a
The hate is odd. I don't want to go that in on this guy, but this is the journalism. This is the interview. Like, if you're going to do like an interview, at least play devil's advocate to like try to represent the other side in a good faith way. But he's not doing that at all. He's just saying, yeah, I agree with you. Let's have a friendly conversation about how much I agree with you. This isn't like an interview.
the hate is so odd because like it's just like such, it comes from such like a gatekeeping spot too. It comes from like all these like people who are like real emos.
It's so odd where the hate is, where this guy literally says he purposely posts rage bait to get people mad. These two things can't coexist. I'm posting videos to purposely get people mad, and then I'm surprised when people don't like me.
Seems very odd to me.
Yeah, I agree completely. It also makes me a little sad because I would have thought that the alternative community would be really welcome and open because I was like, well, this seems like a group of people who are outcasts who can take care of each other. But I was definitely in some ways shocked that wasn't the case.
He's delusional. Like, he doesn't even know why people dislike him. I assume, like, not to get too armchair psychologist, but I assume this is like what coping mechanism, because he can't like deal with the amount of hate, so he has to like feed himself this delusion.
They just love to hate. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying
Oh,
here?
100%, man. I mean, we saw that firsthand with MGK. Like that dude didn't, he did not get the pass from the
Yeah,
alternative community.
It's just how it is.
Well, you know what's ironic too is a lot of those people being super negative in the comment section. If you ran into them at a show or on the street, they would have nothing but nice to say. Oh, dude, TX2, I see you on TikTok all the time. I always see your videos.
dude.
How is this okay, I'm sorry, man, but just don't market this as an interview. Just market this as I'm hanging out with my friend. If you're a journalist and if you're going to do like a professional interview, it shouldn't just be like, hey man, I saw this point and I agree with this. I actually think you're epic and cool. Like, you're not even going to represent the other side at all and like try to say, this is where these people are coming from. What's your response to this? Yeah, like, this isn't an interview. It's just like a hangout.
One time, but one of their members was oh, you know, honestly, I thought you were going to be a dick and I was going to hate you when you came on this tour, but I'm glad I got to know you. And I was like, okay, honestly, tell me why
real.
you
That's
thought,
real life.
Tell me why you thought that. And then he's like, well, and he like couldn't come up with anything. I was like, you got to give me, like, if you're going to make that statement, tell me why you thought it. It's like, well, because, you know, I guess honestly, I'm a little older and you're like, you know, good looking and on the come up right now. So
Oh my gosh, man. What in the fucking Reddit fake story is this? Bro, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, somebody went up to you and they were like, you know, I just hate you so much because you're so good looking and you're just so cool and you're getting so much success, and you're like, I'm just thinking about my shitty Chungus life and I just fucking want to kill myself every day, and I see you and I'm just so jealous. And everyone clapped. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, dude, being attractive can have a hindrance on people.
This is dude.
Being attractive.
What the fuck? What is going on here?
Being attractive can have a hindrance on people liking you sometimes.
Jesus Christ, man. Are you good? We're in the middle of an interview, man.
I don't think it has the emphasis of that was not the attractive. I think I'm just an average dude, but it's more like
oh, come
like,
on, you're above
people
average,
don't want
boy.
to see someone young.
How does TX2 look like the normal one in this interaction? What the fuck? Huh? I've been misled. I thought I was coming into an interview.
Oh, come on, you're above
people
average,
don't
boy.
want to see someone young on the come up. What's that?
I said, come on, you're above average, boy. You don't gotta lie to me.
Oh, thanks, man. Hey, you too, man. You too, bro. You rock the beard,
Oh,
dude.
hey.
I can't even grow facial hair like that, man.
But dude, you got it on top. You got it on top at least then.
Okay. This guy got a wife? What's going on here? What the fuck is going on, man? This isn't an interview, it's a pickup artist class.
Honestly, dude, you got a leg on me.
All right, well, if I ever need to check out Hinge, then I got the mustache.
yeah. Whole nother conversation.
Please, man, can we please move on?
People are saying you ripped off Get Scared with your song Black Wedding. Did you anticipate that at all when you wrote the song and put it out?
No, but I was like, huh. It's like blowing up off that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Okay.
It's like blowing up off that. That's interesting.
He saw it blow up, and his first reaction wasn't, oh fuck, I completely ripped this guy's fucking song off. This is like shameful as an artist. Instead of having that reaction or anything in between, he went on the complete opposite side, played into it, and shamelessly promoting it by saying, hey guys, we're just like your favorite bands, My Chemical Romance and Get Scared. Look at us. And playing the exact point of the song where you ripped them off.
Yeah.
Literally, I stole this and it skyrocketed me. There's no shame. Instead, he just capitalized on it.
When I was writing it, dude, you know when you're writing songs, you're just like going off a feeling, and like it's this note do 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 for that, and also it's just the pre-chorus of the song.
Right, it's not
like,
even the main hook.
I wasn't thinking about it when I wrote it,
Yeah.
but you know it's blowing us up. You know?
That's like the entire response. Like, yeah, I did do that. I noticed it, and I was like, hey, oh, I did. When people started pointing out, hey, this sounds just like Get Scared. I was like, oh yeah, it does. Well, might as well take advantage of this. Plaster on all of his social media. We're just like Get Scared. Check out our Get Scared-esque band, and just completely stole their fucking most popular song. Even being the best faith as possible, and saying that he didn't maliciously have it in mind as he was writing the song, that he's going to steal this melody. The fact there's no shame afterwards, and instead he just capitalizes on it, kind of just tells you everything you need to know about the way this guy views his music, art, and band, and that everything is just like a numbers game. Everything is another opportunity to blow his music up and get his streams numbers up at all costs, at any means necessary. When you're playing the guitar and you noodle around and accidentally play a melody you've heard before, and then you go, oh crap, that's someone else's song, that's a universal experience, of course. But the problem is that normal person who would do that, they would say, oh fuck, you know, that's this song. I gotta come up with something new. He doesn't do that. He's like, this sounds like this other huge popular song. People are noticing it. Hell yeah, okay, this is another opportunity, guys. Let's get the board team on this. Let's get the marketing team on this. Title this the beginning of all of our YouTube shorts. This is gonna blow us up to the moon. It's like gross. It's like fucking gross. And to see this guy act as if like, I don't even understand the hate behind me, when this is the way that he responds and acts about it.
It's blowing us up. You know,
when I heard it, I didn't
it's
think
blowing
it
us
sounded
up.
like,
So who cares?
I definitely, when I heard it, I wasn't like, oh, that's the Get Scared song. Like it had to be pointed out to me through someone's TikTok, and I was like,
man, this guy's unreal though. I actually had to have someone else point it out to me. Okay, then you just don't know the band that well. I immediately heard that, and of course knew his sarcasm.
Again, to me, it kind of just sounds like a song in that vein of Get Scared and like Set It.
This is also like shameless and gross, man. Yeah, like you shouldn't be involved with music if you had if you had to have this pointed out to you. Do you think TX2 paid this interviewer with money or head? Okay. Okay. Realistically though, I think just the industry and the way it goes about with a lot of these interviewers is that they get on these people and they don't want to ask any offensive questions. They just want to have a glaze session so that they can have good connections in the industry, so that they can continue their business and they can continue getting future interviews. Because if everybody knows you as the guy who gives extremely hard interviews, no one's going to want to do an interview with you, because all these artists, they want to have like a glaze interview. They want to have an interview where they only get soft questions and questions that make them look good. So of course, if you're known as the guy who asks pressing and hard questions, no one's going to want to talk to you. And in a sense, you fall off, your business isn't able to succeed, and that's what happens. So, but at that point, you're not an interviewer. Also, why do people, yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of it though, unfortunately. Like, you're right. At that point, you aren't like a fair and unbiased interviewer, which goes against like the whole nature of it. But that's just unfortunately the industry. At the end of the day, like, these are PR to these artists. Like, that's the only reason they do them, is for positive PR.
Dude, I think a lot of bands would kill to be hated like this. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like,
What is this cove? Yeah, and you see, like, this is literally the reason why they come on these, by the way. As you see, the next section is just the new single, So Dumb. So they're gonna talk, he's gonna talk about his new single, he's gonna get promotion from this person, and his manager probably even set up the interview for him. Yeah, and it's just such a tired talking point where people don't distinguish the difference between hatred and hate comments versus genuine criticism. That's what people do all the time, especially it's a stereotype for fucking TX2. Everyone who has a negative opinion of him is a hater that like wants to see him dead. You cannot write off all people as haters. So overall, about TX2, just like that's his response. Very dumb and brutal response. Even further, it seems like he can't even like grasp the fact and why he's criticized. I don't want to like milk this. I don't want to like drag it out, and I don't want to be known as like the TX2 like hater guy. Like, I want to make much other different content, but I mean, it's just justified in this case. It's justified. There's genuine critiques. It seems like he can't grasp it, and there's just genuine critiques to have of him, and yeah, that's what I'm doing.